Hi, Laura Lamont here, author of The Hatbox Letter. Here's my kitty walking across the back, and I have a new puppy asleep down here. I'm the author of The Hatbox Letter. It's a true story about my grandmother's life, Gladys. She had a truly devastating love story, so it's very romantic and kind of heartbreaking. And if you like those things, you might want to read this book. It's available on Amazon and Goodreads, and my name is Laura Lamont. I, however, am going today to do a little bit longer deep dive on a really famous book called The Confederacy of Dunces. This book has won a Nobel Prize. It's by an author named John Kennedy Toole. John was brilliant. He was a college professor, really had it going on. He was very funny and very interesting, kind of a Truman Capote character, maybe. This book is absolutely hilarious. I don't care if you're 25 or if you're 50, it's the best read. You could pick up a chapter and laugh about how good it is. The main character is a little bit on the autism spectrum, highly verbal, and has very limited behaviors. So let me just read you one paragraph from this, and then I'm going to go back and talk about the author. Is this the part of the police department to harass me when this city is a flagrant vice capital of the civilized world? Ignatius bellowed over the crowd in front of the store. This city is famous for its gamblers, prostitutes, exhibitionists, antichrists, alcoholics, sodomites, drug addicts, fetishists, onanists, pornographers, frauds, jades, litterbugs, and lesbians, all of whom are only too well protected by graft. If you have a moment, I shall endeavor to discuss the crime problem with you, but don't make the mistake of bothering me. So that's after a policeman talks to him. And this is set in New Orleans and Louisiana. And it's all about this ludicrous person that's hilarious. So he goes through this series of jobs. It's just really fabulous. One of my favorite books ever. Tons of really great reviews. The sad thing is that John Kennedy Toole worked on this book, and he found a publishing house in New York, but he only wanted to be published by this one fabulous publishing house. And this editor of this publishing house, he just decided that he had to rewrite it, and he didn't like it. So it's kind of like telling Mark Twain you don't like their work, right? So John Kennedy Toole went along, and he went along, and he went along, and he was always financially responsible for his parents. And so finally he never went to another publisher, had an academic crowd of people that loved him and supported him, but he did have depression problems and some problems. So what he did was, when he found out he wasn't going to get it published after several years, he committed suicide, and it was very sad. But his mother kept bothering publishers, and she didn't quit. And finally, they did get it published, and people saw what a genius work it was. I keep it in my library, with some of the better authors that I have. Very much enjoyed this book, and cannot think of another author that really is funnier than he is, right? New York Times bestseller list, can pick it up at any bookstore, probably college required reading. So thank you very much, Laura Lamont, author of The Hatbox Letter. Available on Amazon and Goodreads. Bye.